Hello YouTube. Hi, how are you doing? It's been a couple days, but I did keep my promise. Not every day, just I'll try to do every day, but at least I can just kind of have a flexible schedule for you guys. Everyone wins. Win-win situation, right? Okay, so I have 2 weeks until my summer courses begin, and they are both online. This is my third freshman semester because I don't know, a lot of people take summer classes, sure, but I didn't think of it as my third semester because this is different from the spring, the fall and the spring in different ways. Like, for example, it is 8 weeks instead of 16 weeks and is during summer, which that's a time when it's not as popular when you could KO the classes during the fall for some, but many people will take advantage and do a summer class. So I assume that they're both almost equally popular. Now, well, right now this might be nasty to y'all, but I kind of liked it. I don't know how I'm gonna be able to show you guys this. It is, wait, hold on. This right here, I call this pretzel and cinnamon cereal. I had to try it. I mean, honestly, if I know I like two separate ingredients, I always wonder sometimes will I like it together. If and usually what happens when I combine two ingredients I already like, I usually like it just the same, or if not more. That's how usually that works for me. But I have everybody has their picky sides, but a lot of people will eat things that you would never eat. I mean, that's true. But well, like, I guess the main idea of this, or the main theme for this video, is just a little bit more about my story, and I can get into some other things. Like, I will just say that my semesters in the past, since I started freshman year, have been tough up to this point. And you guys, if you've seen the video, you know that I've had different assortments of struggles that I don't know if people would understand, but might be able to relate to. If they, I don't know how to put this. I might just pause this and gather some more of my thoughts. So I didn't really think about this video. I usually do well when I don't think about something and jump in, but I think I needed to give you guys a little bit more thought. And I really don't feel like, pardon me. I feel fine. I feel alright. I've been stressed out, but I'm really not going to be editing if I don't have to edit a video, if you know what I mean. It could take some time. I might need to get a better app for that, but you came here for my story, or whatever the title is going to be. Alright, so I want to talk about the positive because there's a lot to say about my future. So I really have been interested in personality types up to this point, and if you know about this, you would understand the dynamics of how the personality types work. Well, mine happens to be based on the 4 tests I took. I got the same results. So, well, mine is an INTJ. I can explain briefly. An INTJ, well, introverted is the first letter. Their dominant function, a secondary, a tertiary, and then a suppressed. My first dominant function, based on personality types, is introverted intuition, meaning I'm dominantly introverted. And intuition is a expressive creativity about the future and making connections in the world. It's not necessarily, it's almost something that's almost automatic, but it's almost like, you're dreaming or you're taking in things from the world, and it's the most introverted function. Now, getting into my second function, it is extroverted thinking. Okay, so you clash the two. And extroverted thinking is like, you could be a real talker and people would think you were extroverted. Like, I guess there are probably people some friends of mine who might have assumed I was extroverted. Just because, like, a secondary function it's something that's pretty active in your life. Because it might not be your first, but it's there. And so what happens with extroverted thinking, you're just going to explain things. You like to teach people and explain things and make things work. And you want to get things done. So then my tertiary function, third, is introverted feeling. This function is just, you don't really express how maybe you don't always not express out loud. Like, you more keep them buckled up in the back. Just a way, it's not necessarily dominant, but in certain circumstances, like, you would definitely use that, but not as a first source. You would use your mind over your heart. Basically, doesn't mean you're heartless. It's hard to explain. Everybody has it has the humanity, so that's why we can't stereotype the types, right? Because of humanity, we all are packaged with the same things. We use our heart, we use our mind, but there's more dominant approaches based on personality that somebody's more likely to think and use logicality versus using their emotionality, if that's even a word. You know what I mean? So we're not heartless machines. You could see videos about this. I feel a lot, but it's more of an introverted function, okay? So then my last one, well, yeah, my last one is called a suppressed function. I don't want to see it that way because it's kind of negative, but it's called, what do you call it? Sorry, extroverted sensing. This function is when you want to be out in the present, experiencing something like without having to take it in. You want to experience the world. Like, you could see this as riding a roller coaster, jumping off of an airplane and going skydiving. You could see this as just going out and doing something and experiencing the senses, indulging foods, different sensory experiences. The reason that this is suppressed for me is because, well, for this type, is because dominantly what we do is we're creative at heart. And I've watched some videos on my type, so I'm informed. But we usually just we dominantly have a relaxed approach to the world, right? We're more relaxed about the world, but when we get into our goals and fulfilling our dreams, we can be very unsettled for years. So a lot of INTJs are hard workers who are always at it, who don't really take breaks. This happens when we are working for a dream and we will not stop to achieve the dream. We have something intuitively that we need to fulfill based on our dreams and perceptions that we need to complete, and we just won't give up. But we want to make this a reality into our world. We want what our dream is. And this is universal. But dominantly looking at a dream, like I want my room organized, right? This is a dream for me right now. Okay, it could be a little thing, right? Okay, so I just want to create something into my ultimate reality so that I can take a laid back approach to the world and just chill out. That's really what I want to do, just chill. But it's interesting how they work. The dynamics, there are 16 types. I will actually leave a link to the Myers-Briggs personality type test. I want to see if I can find the best of, there's one test, but the percentages. That's where the test might be faulty, and some people might not care for this test because you get exact percentages. Like for example, it showed me as 18% extroverted and 82% introverted. The percentages don't matter. Basically, you just get a dominant. You could be within both worlds in a range, but you have a dominant letter that gives you your 4 characters for a said type. So I hope I made some sense out of this. I believe in the idea of this typing because of the logic and the scientific approach to personality. As to many people believe in astrology. Well, for me, I personally do not. I need more from astrology to be able to believe, because I'm looking at logistics, like and I don't want to disprove, and I'm actually not going to get into this because I really don't want to upset anyone over this, okay? We all believe in our own things, right? So I'm going to kind of drop that, but you get the point. Like, I'm very logical in my thinking. We're called the architect type, or the logical introvert. Do I seem like an introvert right now? No, I don't. I love to talk and think, and that's where I seem very extroverted, but there's a lot of my life where I need my downtime, and then you'd maybe know if you got to know me better. Yeah, I'm glad I got to talk about that, you guys. Goodness. So what's the other thing I was going to talk about today? One more thing. Okay. So, unfortunately, I actually dropped a friendship. And I didn't drop the friendship, and neither of us did anything wrong, or anything that gives us a negative strike in the end, because we both had good intentions. I don't know if my friend will see this. My acquaintance, I thought we were friends. We were really just acquaintances, and I over-texted this person. So it really doesn't matter. It's all cool now. I know what to do in the future, and I have learned my lesson. So basically, I am not going to try to solve a problem by over-texting anybody. I will put my feelings and thoughts on the back burner and focus on my life, and every occasion try to accomplish what I'm trying to do, because, well, this friendship, unfortunately, this person definitely did not owe me any text responses, but I overdid it. Don't think I could keep up. I can see that very clearly now. That person wanted to be nice and did not want to hurt my feelings. So in the end, and this kind of makes me seem immature for doing this, but I do have OCD in my ways of getting attached to a friend. I had this idea. It was pretty intuitive because back in the fall semester, I wanted one college friend, just a college friend I could keep. I thought this was the person. We hung out just about every set time and we shared a class. So we were doing this. The fall semester was great. Okay, so we were hanging out. It went well. In the spring semester, it was different. I had an expectation now. I was kind of attached to having that friendship. And many people could actually relate to this as well, because this is just humanity universals. Like, okay, so it's like relationships, except for just a relational friendship. So essentially, I'm trying to get the same pattern to where we just hung out and kind of did some of the same things. And it just wasn't happening. Then I overtexted, and this person was trying to hold me back, or at least he wasn't saying much, but he wanted me to stay back. Basically, he just wanted to be my acquaintance, and I don't think he knew how to tell me. And I got a lot of "you're overthinking it," which I do agree to an extent that I do overthink. I definitely overthink a lot. Okay, that's just a norm, but I don't like it all the time. Sometimes I definitely need to stop doing that because it's not healthy to overthink all the time. And what I took from this is I learned several lessons based on my experience. I learned, first, dominantly, don't overtext people. Next, be careful about your next friendship and the way you approach it. Essentially, don't get attached. If you get their contacts, my situation, just don't overtext people and keep it at a distance until you know it's going to work out. Maybe even type the person, like, okay, what's this person's personality type? Even though I don't agree with that being the reason you aren't friends with somebody. In my belief, no matter what the person's personality type is, I want to be able to make something work. I believe that it's possible no matter how unique somebody is. Culturally, like, if you can speak the same language, even then you can communicate with them in a way. You have a way to communicate. We're people, so we all have something in common. We can work things out. But it seems to be a little more natural. Somebody is a little more closely typed, but it doesn't matter to me, right? In the end, yes, I'd be tempted to type the person to see their approach to life if I can do that. It would be nice. It could have some uses, but overall, I just want to be friends with anybody who wants a friend. In the end, it doesn't really matter to me. But I'm glad I got to share my thoughts with you guys today, and I hope you enjoyed them. I hope this video is at least decent quality, and I hope you can keep up. This is at 1.0 speed. Have a great day, you guys, and I'm out.